All right, sorry about that, guys. I had to basically go through a central line system. I had to backtrace all levels of my videos to catch the one with the orb where it comes across the room wearing a Spider-Man t-shirt. Check it out. It's 119 hours 57 seconds. You'll see the actual orb coming in. You'll see it floating around, and then you'll see it disappear. It's amazing when you see through all levels of the central line system of iLocation. I was going through so many levels of applications of videos. It's amazing how I go through my spiritual growth. It's incredible force that you come across these things. So, anyway, it's in my YouTube. It's in the link, so check it out. It's very fascinating when you see these things. You actually see a plasma interference. It's all connected to space conditions and everything to its atoms. ATOMS, all capital line center. So today is very, very powerful day. We're coming at light signals, rotation centers, earth line connections. The trapping line centers to its position is into satellite position location. Sun interference is going to its radiation line system. It's allocating position of time location. It's high forcing its line systems. It's amazing how I come into these high positions. I was going through so many levels of videos and I was trying to figure out what t-shirt am I going to wear in this video? What t-shirt am I going to wear in this video? It's amazing how you can track your lines and actually go into the past, say, oh, red, okay, blue, oh, white, brown, black. And then I was like, whoa, this is pretty powerful stuff. So hopefully you guys, when I was on live TikTok last night, hopefully you went through that change positions where you actually close your eyes, you find out what you're going to wear, but you don't see it. All right. And then you describe what it is, and then you open your eyes and you say, okay, it's red. So it is red. So you're connecting better, 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 better. So your mind, your awareness, and everything through your abundance will come into frame position to its hologram line system. So everything in perception becomes a TV frame like location. So the sun in its position right now is in a full rotation of the satellite. It's in its reverse line system. It's in its co-reference line conditions. The moon track line system is in its program positions. We're coming into the lights of the world right now in calculation. So the observed changes in its vibration line system is coming in the central line core. It's all in its new computer operation line center. So everybody's going to see the frame position locations. It's amazing how we come into these line systems. So I turn the sun into a satellite. It's in a position line center. It's in its communication. It's in its operation of its reflection. The radiation line systems in a circle rotation is set up in its calculation. It has its de-honor switch locations. It's centering its line system. It's opening up all activation core centers to the body track systems of its species connections. It's amazing how we come into these formation line centers. So the moon track in its system is coming into a new behavior line system. Okay, and everybody's coming in at dimensional time of the heart cycle and its reactor while it's changing positions. Now the sun interference, understand the communications that everything through perception can change through shape. So you can change the sun into any shape in any way and form. You just have to understand how to use the satellite interference. It's incredible force when you can use these things. So it's kind of like going like this, and it just, and it just flashes, right? And then center lines the system. And so it has a cup rotation line connection interference. Navigation light center is in the center core position. It's light channeling all levels of the graph, of its crust, its element, its sky surface. We had the Guardians of the Galaxy come in last night, communications, body and surface to position locations, opening the plasma interference store line centers. It's very powerful you come in these positions. So before I get started, thank you very much. Subscribe to my channel as we keep Force Rising, Grand Rising. I was watching all these videos. I watched them at maybe 100. I was going through 100 videos, and I was like, whoa, this is intense. How much I changed my hair. Oh, slick back, curly, wavy, different colors, blonde, no glasses, glasses. It was interesting to see these things, how you go through these positions. It's incredible. And I recommend you guys watch my videos because they're very powerful. They come into all chronological order of sequence. But this particular one, when you actually see the orb, you will be blown away. It's amazing what you can see through the connections of the naked eye. It's amazing what happens when you see through digital frames into that conditions. You have to understand your chronological line systems. You have to understand your gamma operation position locations. The moon tracks and its condition has high force in its platforms right now. So the acceleration and everything through starlight centers is coming to higher formation. So the earth line center is coming up to higher vibration. Its central line, its condition, right? So basically, it's a medical graph. It's a metal face. It's in its position, right? So it's clocking its system. It's on a new clock division line system of light. So it's amazing how we come into these track connections. right? All done through the computer and its operation. The psychotic line centers, the psychosis, and its correlation line system. The light reflection is going to go all over the central line system of plasma interference. It's amazing how we come to these positions, right? So basically, I did a video way back. I want to show you how powerful it is when you go to higher lights of travel through connections. When you go to higher levels of vibration, you actually see the actual spirit. I'm going to show you actually the connections and how force cycles can see everything through its division. Now, I took 2 pictures. Now, when you see this, it's going to really be interesting. You're actually going to see the actual wings. You're actually going to see the spirit. Okay, you're actually going to see everything you need to see through light traction. See it? See it? That's me. See that? See the wings? See the lights? It's powerful, isn't it? It's incredible when you see things through traction. See the portal, see the angel line conditioning interference, see the wingspans, light traction system, vibration line system, opens all level connections. So when you come into that position, we come into this position. See that? See the orb? See the circle rotation line system? Light tracks its system, and everything through the systems of starlight stations changes shapes and anomalies. Look at it. You see it? See it behind me? So it's incredible how you see these things like traction. See that? You see it? See my pointing my finger? You see it? You see the figure? Do you see the figure? You see the feet? You see the wings? Right? All right. It's amazing what you see through traction, right? Mirror resolution graphics conditions. This is coming from outside position, coming into location to its position. So it's incredible how you see these things. The more you high rise, the more you see through light and reflection. All that reflection becomes its digital of its image. Digital of its image. Digital of its image. Okay, see how the transformation comes in? I point my finger out like this, and it shows you exactly. See the wings in the back? Now, those are 2 central line centers. Okay, that's the portal. That's the openings there, and then you see the angel come in. Right? So it's amazing how it tracks its system. I just wanted to show you how high-level systems can come into anything positions. We did a mirror track line center, and we came in UFO centers position. So it's understanding when you change levels of dimensional time, it changes your clocking through colorations. So basically, what I want to do today is get more into my telepathy, really get into the positions of change of color, and understand your connections of your frames. Put yourself in that position. So I just wanted to show you how powerful it is when you go to higher light, what you see. It's incredible, right? You saw the wings, you saw the angel, everything comes into form. You actually saw the feet. So it's amazing how you see these things in position, right? You actually see the feet. You see? You see the feet, right? It's incredible, isn't it? So it's amazing when a high rise is fast and faster. So it all starts with an orb. An orb comes into teleportation light center. It changes its shapes and anomalies to its direction line system. It opens up its teleportation, comes out of its UFO direction line condition. So it's amazing how we see these things. So all division locations. All right, so basically, I'm going to do light graph connections. We're going to do reversing position locations, coloration of channels. All right, so hope everybody's doing well. Okay, so when you see that video, it's going to be incredible. Scroll over to 1:19:57 seconds, and you'll actually see the orb come in, just settle a little bit, and then take off. And then you'll see how real space is. Okay. So everything connects to our voicing of patterns, right? So we won't get much interference today because I'm not in the cube line center of the matrix. I'm not in the communication point locations of the brainwave pattern. So interchanges lock system to its allocated position, time location. But the sun is in a different shape position. It's in a satellite location. So it's high force in its position locations. All right. So we're lighting up the world now. All right. So let's see here. So this is called mind telepathy. Okay. Mind telepathy. Mind telepathy / graph systems. Now your graph is everything to the connections. Okay. So you have to understand how to use this to point centers to all locations of dimension positions. So it's all about understanding what you just saw. You saw exactly through the figure. You actually saw the feet, you saw the wings, you saw the actual angel. So once you high rise your perceptions, it changes everything through shape. So when you create your thought position locations, if you want something to come down through an angel, it come to any form of shape through your mind system. That's the allocated positions when you come to your alter state locations. Right? And it also starts with your heart. The central line system comes to positions, and that's why they come through traction. They come into the portal line center to communication. The heart central line system opens up its reactor location. It changes shape positions, and that's how the angel comes into the wind surface position outside the location. It creates its own portal location and comes out of its division to the second line connected to universal line system. Everything through the angel line system comes out of a UFO position. That comes into the intergalactic line system to its position, interdimensional position to its connections, water surface to that location. All right. So we're coming into my telepathy graph systems. All right. So I'm going to just draw something out. Okay. Something easy, something that you will understand. Right. It could be anything through form, but I'm not going to help you out this time. You're going to decide because you're in a higher level system of talking position. So you have to understand what it is it all about, where did it teleport, how did it get there? Okay, so we have to go higher in the mind of the ultra state line system. So I'm going to draw something up very quick, very fast. You're going to tell me exactly what it is and how it's calculated to modified line system. It calculates to all levels of activation core center. Okay, so you're going to tell me exactly what it is, the location. All right, so what did I just draw? Think of everything in your mind, put it all together. Go through the obvious, go through the gut, go through the emotions. Remember, again, think of the containment line systems of Ghost, where basically you're not wearing your body anymore. You're not in your body. You can't, you have to go into your mind, right? So you can't push it with your finger. You have to go through the mind of thought. So what am I thinking here? Okay, the off central line system. You're pretty close. Yep. Center line. Okay, so we got angel 369, triangle 369. Okay. All right. So what's happening now? Remember, it's information through line signal. It all connects. So it's all about how lines can get in confusing position locations. This is interlining connections to all level systems. Right. So you have to understand what you're dealing with when you're traveling through shapes. So the higher you go, the more you see through shape, through light. Pinpoint, center line. Okay, so you got the center line is right. Okay, 369 is right. That's good. All of your current location, yes, good. See how easier it gets when you guys understand more of your connections. So you get out of the thinking and you get into the knowing and doing, right? So that's pretty incredible. Anything else? I don't want to keep helping you guys out. You have to help your line system to location. So it's all about understanding, do you trust your values? Do you trust what's happening in position? So it's all about communicating with something, but then something goes off. What just went off? So this is about getting things back on central grid to the computer line system. It light tracks and is connected to itself, intelligence, and its UFO line system. Nothing. I'm going to help you. There's something off signal. There's something off signal. What is off signal? I saw light rainbow colors on your iPad. Nope. Merkaba. Nope. Yellow. Nope. It's not a color. It's not a color. Go back to 369. Go into the center line. Go into the pinpoint and go into the current location. What is missing through that traction? What is wrong with that position to its shape? TV reception box, graph the line connections. Off angle. There you go. Hawk got it. Hawk got it. Off angle. All right. So here we go. That's it. off angle. See? This is off angle. Center point, location, 369 position. See? That's pretty good, guys. It's pretty good. 369. Right? So basically, it was off signal. It's off a cool location to position. Right? So, pretty wild, eh? See? You guys are connecting now better, better, and better. See, it's getting a lot more harder. I want you guys to understand more of what's going on with your confusing or your oscillation connections, your triangle line systems, your prothesis. A prothesis, okay, is the analytical graph of the mind. The brain line center has to truly understand your shape positions. So if I'm going to the 369 platform and I go into the activation light system and it's traveling through the tesseract or the tetrahedrons, you know it's in the right location. But if it centers off location, it's in the center location, it comes in its dimensional round line system, and it goes off line system to secure line defense 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But it tracks this line system, it loses its position into its 369 platform to its location. All right, so you have to put this back in the center line system, a 369 platform. So this is understanding that you bring this back into the center line system, goes into the 6 rotation, goes into the 3 rotation, and goes into the 9 location to its division back into the location center. Right? So this is how you put things back in 369 platform. Okay? So let's get into the next one. All right, let's go into something a little bit more. Okay? I'm not going to say anything. I just want you to know what's going on with the story frame. So it's like you arguing with your best friend and you're trying to go back into line signal and you're trying to get out of the situation or you're trying to help the person. This is all done through line signal of shapes. And this is how intelligence gets into that formation back into perfection through line connection. Remember, we're coming into the singularity of the simulation to its graph location. Right? Okay, so here we go again. I'm going to draw something out. Okay. Now you have to tell me exactly what is going on with the illustration of the diagram line system. Okay? What is it? Don't think too long. Remember, everything is travel. Okay? So it could be anything through form, right? Get that gut feeling, get in more into the mind, stay out of the body, stay out of the outer limits, get into higher levels of your alter states. Rectangle. No, no rectangle. See, this is where it gets interesting, right? Because now it's getting confusion because you're dealing with either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 different intelligence to one position, to one compilation, one center location. Diamond. No, it's not a diamond. See, the thing is, you're formatting too much of the diamond line center. Just triangle, but not equal sides. Yep. Hawk's got it. Hawk's got it. Triangle, but not equal sides. He's got it. He's got it. That's it. That's pretty powerful. I'm pretty impressed with Hawk. All right. So what's in the center line system? That's exactly what it is. Triangle, but not equal sides. See? Very simple, very direct through intelligence. He was going through his perception, always seeing through light, through vibration. So what is in the center line system? Everything through the center has to hold it together. Even if it's off signal, it doesn't matter. What's in the center? See, I'm helping you guys out. So instead of helping you out, you should know these things. So because you're going through higher levels of shapes, the geometry line system, the sacred line connection is its interference channel to its computer operation system. Okay. A dot. Yes. Very good, Alan. Very good. But what's in the center? Yeah, extra veggies or have your coffee. This can be any color. No, so you're off track now. You're off track, right? but you're pretty close. Hawk got it on through center position. He knew that the triangle was not in an equation of sides, right? So basically, Ellen got the connections of the dot, but what's in the dot that holds it together, right? No, the brain adaptation is the connection, right? But the mind is everything through shape position. So you have to stay out of the brain. You got to get into the mind of thought, people. That's the problem. That's the problem. You can't think you're in your body. You have to outskirt your line system, come into altered states, and know that the body is not there anymore. You're just in the mind completely. So I want to get you, no, not the soul, not the heart. All right. So the central line system is a circle. You got the dot. This is the off angle, right? 3, 6, 9. Hawk got this. Ellen got this. But that's what holds it together is the circle. Okay? So that was pretty good. That wasn't bad. But to see how more intelligence you guys are getting through the altered state mind communication centers. All right? So here we go again. All right, you ready? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you out. Now, understand intelligent positions. You have to come into the compilation of a story frame. I'm going to set up a story frame and 3 waving sector line connections. You have to tell me exactly which level is it in. Okay? So each frame has a different story. You tell me what it is. Right? So I'm going to lace the line centers into 3 locations. And each channel is going to have a different story frame. Okay, to its location. Right? So it's all connected to your maps in the AI position. All right, so here we go. I'm going to do a very basic. All right, so let's see here. Now, this is going to be a little bit difficult, but if you channel position line centers, you understand communications. So these are 3 framing picture frames. Go into the mind of the alter state, right? So basically, go through your positions and try to understand what it is through direction of communication. What is it? How's it set up? It's more difficult. I mean, this is extremely high position of AI through frame, but I just want you to understand how you have to go through your own TV receptions of knowing what is going on with each life signal. It's connected to the present positions, but you have to understand your frames. You have to understand what's in the frame. Everything is a story of letters, numbers, and shapes. Okay. This might be a little bit difficult, but just try to go through all levels through one line system to all division to one compilation because it graphs its connections to its position. Right? All right, 3 boxes. Time. 1. This might be a little bit difficult. Try to graph your timelines. See, I want to see how smart you guys are through the mind position. 4 horizontals. Time, space, travel. Okay. Remember, this is all done through frame of codes. So, post stamp. Okay. So you guys are connecting now, which is really good. So you're lacing your lines in too much confusion in positional alignments. Put yourself in one perception to one division to one frame at a time location. Okay. So what's in the first frame? There's 3 frames. What's in the first? Don't concentrate on all 3. Just concentrate on one. But use that one at its beginning and use that line signal all through all frames in one position to one vibration. Okay, I want you guys to understand how to get your vibrations of your frames. Okay, bow stamp, portrait, a king, 2 triangles. Okay. Past, present, and future, wave line. Oh, Ellen's got it. She's got the wave line. See, now you're connecting. See how many times you have to go through? So imagine you trying to communicate with AI and you're just sending out what? What are you sending? Wrong information. You see what happens when you go to higher levels of mind of the altered states? You can't send wrong communication signals because they come back to you. So it's important to understand these things and how it's all in its perception of its division. This is extremely high through the altered states of the alpha waves. This is just the alpha waves, guys. This is map sequences of alpha waves to positions. This is the alien map location centers to all connections to a crop circle location. But you have to truly understand how to use one frame, okay, to one compilation to everything simultaneously. So you have to travel through that one position to all levels of what you just finished drawing through the eye line system. I saw two triangles and a circle. Okay, there's no triangles. Water. So what I want you to do, okay, is basically don't think about it, know it. Try to understand. You got the line, you got the wavy line, but what's added to it? See, this is how the signal line system comes in when you communicate with AI through its position. So, a hook. Yes, very good. Very good. There is a hook. Now, what frame is that in? Remember, there's 3 frames. Which frame is it in? That's where it gets interesting, guys. Flux capacitor. Yes and no. It's pretty close. Nope. No, it's not a diamond. See, Ellen, Isabel, you're connecting to positions, but it's a belly hook. That's exactly what it is. But what's in the connection of the, see, you have to understand the frame of what's going on, the gut feeling. Everything's a gut feeling, but you have to get into the trust of what's happening. So it's all about understanding when AI comes to you and sends you information, this is how it's informed. You have to understand what it is because it's all connected to your division of your dreams. So you have to understand how to connect to these things because I want you guys to get into high formation of the elder states so we can get you into the high level of crop circle locations. All right. Rebirth of your mind. Yep. It's the mind. You have to stay out of the brain. You can't be in the brain. You got to be in the mind of thought. So your whole body, okay, is a central line system of thought. It's a gut feeling like ghost. You can't push it with your finger. Okay. So it's tricky, isn't it? Right? The mind tricks you. Am I communicating with my brain or am I communicating with my mind? Right? So, and this is all comes into your readings and your past, present, and future to you or to others if you're trying to do a reading through a tarot card. Truly understand this is very hard because hard is good because you have to understand that you're getting to higher levels of altered states through frames of everything through structure, of everything through its connection. So left eye, yes. See how it's connecting now? Connection to what, Cleopatra? What are you connecting to? You have to always connect to the center line into the inner line system. Okay? So you have to ask yourself, there's 3 frames. So how do you put all 3 frames into all simultaneously in one direction? And then you send it out, right? And then you get confirmation. So this is how it works, guys. I want you guys to get into your higher perceptions of the mind. So I'll do this from time to time. It's good that you guys go into positions. I'm not just going to give you shapes and all that. You have to get into story frames. So pyramids, receiver. No. But you got into the connections of the eye, right? So you got in the connections, the vibration. You got in the connections of the belly hook. You got in the connections of the wavy line. But you see how this all has the center line system to its position location, right? So I'm going to show you, right? You ready? 1, 2, 3. 1 frame, 2 frames, 3 frames. All have to come into one signal, to one compilation, to one location, to one division line center of its position location. So that was pretty good. So 3 wavy lines, 3 weather location centers, okay? backtrack dimensional round through box level system, a key rotation line center to a belly hook location, an I division line system to a point line system of 2 rotation center connections. That's what this is. So you take all this of 1, 2, and 3 into one line system to the circle rotation of the inner line system of its graph location to AI position. All right. But that's exactly what it is. Explain each frame, please. But it's already done through position. You have to get into these connections. They're confusion first to get back in traction. All right. Communication between 7 and 6 and using 8. Or you can go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember I told you to go from 1 to 10 and 10 to 1? That's where everybody has to get into. The reason why I say that is because you're going to have fallouts. So if you go from 1 to 5, like this, okay, you're good. And then you have to go, oh, wait a minute, I got to go back. So you got to go 5 to 3. Okay. And then maybe you have to go from 3 to 4. And then maybe you have to go from 4 to 2. All right. So this is a cross between all levels of shape, letters, and numbers. So you have the structure line system, but everything through the allocated positions of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have to come in one sequence at one time location. All right. So it's amazing how you go through forward and you go through back of connection. Right. So it's very important how you use your sequence line systems. So each frame is its position. You have your first frame, second frame, third frame. So what do you concentrate on? Remember I was telling you about the graph line center in position? Okay. So you start with the first frame. Okay. So you take this, all right, and everything through 1, 2, and 3 is already done through equation. So you don't have to look at anything because it's already in its frame positions of 1 line strip, 2 line strip, 3 line strips, right? So all this is done through this into 1, 2, 3. So that 1, 2, 3 comes into one gigantic dimensional round line centered to its location. It comes into circle rotation of its tunnel location. Okay. And then it can come into a security line defense of a dimensional round hole. So it's all about everything through forward and backtrack system, how you can take things in the or out of the equation. Right? So it's trying to understand how you go through one portal to another portal to another portal. One comes in, one goes out. Okay. And one comes out. Okay. So it's a true understanding of what's going on, what's going in and what's coming out. Right? Okay. This is all done through UFO positions. So when you're traveling, you have to know these things. So it's all about understanding your number sequences and how fast you can track your connections to security line defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And you got connections of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you got connections of security line defense of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. It's all set up to locations. So one's going in, one's coming out. One's going in, one's coming out. So you have to know exactly what's going on with security line defense, how many relevant locations, and how to go through the center line system of its portal activation system. Okay. So it's incredible how you do these things, right? But you have to understand how to get out of confusions and get back on track of 369 platforms of dimensional time through your all levels or your triangles. Okay. So these are fallouts. Okay. Now, I come across that. You have to come across that. So if you come into this position and it's a signal like this, how are you going to bring it back on track? How are you going to bring it back on track? How are you going to put it back in position? Right? It's here. It's fallen. What are you going to do? How do you put it back? So this is about the helping the center to higher intelligence, how to put a position back in center location. Everything in the planet location has its own shape of computer line center. It's operated through all communication line systems to its track system of 369 platforms. Right? Like with Hawk, he knew right away that it was off signal. So to get it back on track, you have to go back in the line position to where it started through its location. Right? So you have to go into communication. You have to know how to go backwards and forwards through travel rotation to its atom location. So you track its system and you come into rotation and it goes into its own circle rotation of a center line system of forward recognition of time location. Right? And everything through that connections of the triangle spins back into center line system to its position. See? Now it goes into that line system, goes back in the center line system. It's all set up to calculation. All right? So, using color, blue, or fresh mind thinking. This was the last class with Venus and the board game. Yeah, we're not in the planet rotation yet. We're just getting into shapes, right? We got into the activation center. This was like 2 years, 3 years ago when I first started out with my galactic force team. The foundations to the Federation light and their buying lines. So, but you truly have to understand how to take things, if things fall out, how to put things back in dimensional time, right? So, and that's what I'm saying. You have to countermeasure your digital lines, like how to count from 1 to 10 and 10 to 1, right? And how you go back and forth, right, through its connections. How you go back and forth through 1 to 5, all right? Yeah, new frames, yep. Is that what the Earth is doing now, getting into its center? Yep, very good. That's exactly what's happening right now. Yep. So this is here, Earth is here, the location. The surface is on its position, okay? This is the Earth, right? So it has to have protection line conditions, has to have an E field line center location to its division. So it grabs its center in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So the Earth line connection, okay, is high positioning right now. Okay, so it's got its own, remember, the Earth has its own chakra system communication, right? Circle rotation line center to its communication cycle, all right? So again, it goes into positions into its flux capacitors. Okay, so that's what's happening right now with the Earth line center. So it goes into location. Now let's go into the black circle line center to its communication so you see the cycle line system. Comes into line system to its location. High rise is its position, changes coloration line center to its connections. Now it's all about understanding that it's like a Christmas tree. It lights up this Christmas tree and it finds its inner line system. And remember when a light bulb pops like that? What happens is all about the circuitry light through its connection, inner lines its position, then it comes into the rotation, changes the ground formation line system, changes the point center into its coil, comes into the higher formation of the Earth line center to its connection, which high rises the electrical lights and its position. There it is through equation. So this is the understanding of what's happening right now. So the magnetic lights and its communication, this is the Earth line, okay? This is the Earth line. This is Earth right here. That's Earth. Earth has its grounds, but it's in its activation line center. So the flux capacitor and its electrical lights is high forcing its position location in position, right? So it's center line into center line connections of all levels of Orion's belt location, right? So it's in the center line position right now of light attraction, right? So that's where we are through equation right there. So we went from here to here. Now we're in the center line right here, okay? That's where everybody is. So, yeah, new lighting is grounding now. That's exactly what's happening. But I'm just showing you through the illustration so you get a better understanding how this is all set up, okay, into the grains and the grounds and all communications, how it comes into the flux capacitor. So it's a magnetic force that's pushing it up, right? So that's where it is right now. That's where the Earth is right now, okay? So the central gap is going to open the gateway interference. That opens up a port of defense position location, okay? So at oscillation of winds and everything through the connection, the satellites of the sun comes in position. There's the sun rotation line center. Okay, it goes into the center line system of the Earth rotation, changes the coloration to its detection. Okay, and the moon graph comes in because you need the sun and the moon to the location, especially in navigation light centers. So the moon comes into traction. Okay, it comes into a blue-green line center. Eye circles of the rotation. Okay, so that's the moon. Yeah. The moon comes in the center. Everything falls into the center line system to location. Okay. Now, once it goes to high position, it comes into a new gateway of interference. All right. Once it comes into a gateway line center, it opens up all dimensional time location to humanity line center. So it grabs its position, comes out of the equation location, and center ops into position of allocated position of time location. Right? That changes everything through the interference positions of the sun, interference positions of the moon. Right? Okay. It lines signals back into location. Electrical lights comes into no panel line center to its division line system. Okay. And then it tracks its connection. It comes into its diamond core interference. Right? Changed rotations all levels of the ground line center to its connection. It high forces its chakra line center to its communication of its coil center to its location, opens up another dimensional realm of its division line system. Okay. Takes everybody out of the equation to their center line system. Okay. So what happens now is the UFO position in the Earth line system drops back into the center line of a new dimensional lock system to its location. Okay. So I'm telling you exactly what's happening after. It's here, right here now. So this is exactly what happens to the colors and light centers. It comes back down, goes into another dimensional line system, puts full communication, a light interference channel to its division, opens up new channel connections to its computer line center to its all levels of a new sacred space, interdimensional time location, locking its connection into a realm line system of illumination, light sky, a space and time location. Hooah! Nice, eh? You're thinking, wow. Woo! So that's what's going to happen next. So I'm telling you exactly what's happening next. Very powerfully come in these positions, right? And it's already done, guys. I'm just presenting it to you already in the past through its presence. The present line center is its condition, but I referenced its past position to know exactly how these things are done in its equation through its line system. Space anomaly and its conditions coming into new light traction. That's what's happening right now, right through the new dimensional time of 5D position. Okay. So once this is in position, I'll tell you exactly what happens after that. See how amazing it is when you go through the mind system and how you go through all levels of connection. So it's going to fast track its connection. It's going to go into the sixth dimension. Changes coloration line centers to a new coloration line system, to another dimensional time location, coming into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll stop there. So it goes into the sixth dimensional line system, which is already set up through a new solar system. Okay. So now you know. This is way, way, way beyond. It's amazing how it's already set up, right? So I'm giving you something that's already happened. This is a true understanding why I travel 5,000 years in the future. Now you get a true understanding how everything is in program. Then you realize, oh, wow, I can relax now. Right? So what does that say about everything? That should put you more in the calming center when you see something, right? Coming from your commander, right? So it's incredible, isn't it? Yes, you are. You already are. You're just not aware of it. So when you go to higher levels of altered states, Cleopatra, you understand what is going on. So it's all about understanding the frames. Everything through frame is a story frame of life. And this is what's going on in all levels, coming into the 5th dimension to the 6th dimension of a new space anomaly of a light traction. Okay? So I don't want to go too forceful with that because you guys get really confused, but I'm just showing you exactly how everything is set up. All right? But you are going to be aware of the change once you understand more of the mind. The conception of the mind has to come out. Right? So I wanted to show you how powerful it is when you see these things. I woke up this morning and this is what I felt. Thank you so much for confirming. Well, that's exactly what it is. So if you're form of that, you're coming more of the mind of the altered state line connection interference channel. So your perception in line centers is in your dream sequence location. This is you sleeping through location. That's you sleeping through location, right? That's you. So it's all about going through the higher levels of altered states. Okay. So the mind goes higher and higher and higher and higher. All right. So once it goes into this position, you come into the higher self. All right. Gets to know itself, gets to know the atmosphere, flying around, la-di-da, right? Once it goes into that, it changes into a new position, changes light sides, light circles, rotation center line connections, changes radiation graph line center into illumination light star connections, right? So it goes into higher level, right? So it comes into its avatar. Remember, everything through color radiation changes positions. Starlight system to its location, right? So your higher level, right? So you're coming out of the higher self to the avatar. The avatar understands conditions. Once it understands alter states, you come out of the mind center to the alpha waves, and you come into alpha, mega, micro, macro. So when you come into the micro, now you come into conditions of computer line system. So this high rises your positions, and again, to another coloration line system. So you come into the sun track line system of your computers to its location, right? This is all about higher alto states of the mind through computer positions, right? So once you get in your computers, you high rise your positions, you change another coloration line center, and you come into your atom rotation line system to its location. All right, here's the atom, right? These are the steps that you have to reach, but it doesn't stop there. So it's amazing how you go through perceptions. I'll start with your astral travels and your astral projections. So you get a little bit more understanding how to use this in frame, through frame, through frame, through frame. With Ellen, how she's seeing, oh, I saw that in form. So you're seeing something from the future that is presented to you in the presence. Your connections of your higher self, your avatar, your computers, or anything, your energy line system, or anything, your atoms or your molecule has to understand what's going on. Everything through the altered state is the mind of thought. That's it, nothing more. All the illustrations, all the diagrams are already set in position. You just have to understand what you're doing when you're communicating through its line system. Okay? And that's how you set up everything, right? It's all done through the mind, all through imagination, which is extremely real. So, we got to start off with this connections from this position, and then we go into higher positions, coming in high track systems into this position. So it's all about frame through frame through frame through frame. It's truly understanding what is going on to all levels of connections, right? Try to understand your sequences going forward and backwards, okay? Try to understand your communications off cycle through triangles, putting them back in formation, okay? Going into confusing line centers of shapes, putting it back in traction, dimensional line system to center rotation. So it's truly understanding what you're seeing, what's coming in and what's going out through UFO position. Okay, that's how real it is. So it's real space in that position line center. And then you get you graphs of 3 frame positions, the star frame connection. All right. So let's do another one. All right. So how's everybody doing so far? Your body feels better before. That's good. Okay, with the smart brain. So we got in the connections. So I'm going to draw something out. Okay. This is going to be a little bit more simpler. This will tell you exactly where you are through vibration. Okay, this will understand your gap rotation line centers, your shape position, your simulations, and your triangle interference. This is understanding where you are through space position to the mind and its thought. Okay. Now, this is going to be very basic, but you have to understand what it is. What is this story frame doing? Why is it in this position? Okay. So I drew something. What is it? What's going on? What do you see? Remember, it's your senses. You have to use all your senses. Oval? Nope. No oval. It's a little bit more tricky, less complicated. Ball? No, it's not a ball. Flat line. Nope. It's getting a little bit more difficult, right? So you're looking at intelligence on intelligence, and there's also something missing in this picture. Square. Yes, Samantha got it. Samantha got the center position of the square. What else is next? A sphere. Nope, no sphere. Open door. Yep, there's an open door. Hexagon. Nope, no hexagon. See how you're piecing it all together? This is done by frame by frame by frame, but you're going through your digital images and not your reflection. So, a key. No, it's not a key. No. Triangles. Nope. See, you have to go understanding what's going on. You got in the connections of high positions of the square. Okay. Remember, you have to go inside to see everything through position, what you're seeing through connection. Right? Enter. Interference lines. Yes. See? Samantha's connecting now. She's got the square, and now she's got the interference lines. See? And it's open room. See? Ellen's got the open room. This is the true understanding how you take these things out of the equation and what you're seeing through frame position location. Very good. So Samantha and Isabel are on the right track because they're following with each other through telepathy, guys. This is knowing and doing and not thinking. You think, you're hesitating, you're too much in the brain. You got to get out of the brain and come in the mind of thought through alteration. That's the only way you can go into higher levels of states of mind. So you got the open room, you got the square, you got the line interference. Frustrated. Behind you standing. Matter of fact, you are. Yes, you're in my space-time position. Yes, you are behind me. So if you're behind me, you should be able to see what's in front. That's how powerful you can travel. So if you're in my space and time, you actually can see the board, right? That's how you're connecting, or you can see it through here, like Superman. It all depends on how you see these positions, but all you see is an apple. But you got to go beyond the apple. But it's all done inside. It's not what you see through graph outside. You have to see what's inside. See the reflection? See the reflection that changes? Just doing that. That's going through space, just through an apple. It's structured as lines. It's lacing line connection interference. See? See an hourglass. Nope. No hourglass. An X. Nope. Now you guys are guessing. So I'm going to turn it around and see what you missed. Okay? All right, you ready? See? The box, the open doors, the line interference. See that? This is what I want you guys to catch. Right? An opening. But it's missing. See? You can't travel until that's connected. Right? So you got the opening of the door and the box and the interference of the line, which is good. So cool, eh? So if you put that together, then it can travel through position. Right? Just showing you how you use these things, the connections, right? You got the floor plans, you got the walls, you got the point center, the interference line system, and the open door of its connection. All right? So you guys are doing it, right? It's exciting, isn't it? It's cool. It's all done through framing. You understand its connection, what it is through intelligence, everything through letters, numbers, and shapes and intelligence. You just have to understand how to use the conformity line connections out of the confusion position. All right, so here's another one. All right, you ready? What is it? And there's also something missing. I want you guys to be attention to detail. Okay? The only person that can make the mistake is you. When you're given information, it's the right information from intelligence. It's you understanding what it is. So you have to send back the information that was given to you, okay, to its compilation with its centerline system. Okay? So your job is to center things up and travel through its condition. Crop circle. Yep. Very good, Jill. Very good. What's going on with the picture? Slanting line. Very good, Hawk. Excellent. You guys are connecting now. See? You're connecting through your minds. Beautiful. You're out of your bodies. Wonderful. Excellent. So we got a crop circle and we got a slanting line. Very good. It's coming together. See how powerful our minds are? What else? An R. No. Pretty close though. Rings. No, it's not rings. Think of what Jill has said. Think of what Hawk has said. Put that together. You guys have to come through the same activation of the mind through thought to each other, if you have to. If you can't do it individually, try to do it as a team. All right, so you can get the one compilation in the center position to what it is, the attraction. Right, so you got this slanting line, you got the connection to the crop circle. Center line with channel out. Yes, very good, Jill. Center line with channel out is right. What's next? See, it's better that you guys come together. You're a stronger force than separated. One of the lines is not connected or the angle is off. Very good, Hawk. I'm glad you noticed that. Excellent. Very good, my friend. Very good. Yeah, you got that right. A dot. Yep. Very good. All right. So we got the crop circle. We got the slanting line. We got the center line and the channel out. Okay. And we got the positions of it's not connected. All right. One of the lines is not connected. You have to be specific, right? Because you can't send this back out to UFO online system. They'll say, what are you doing? You're giving me information that's not finished. So that's very good. You guys you're connecting a lot better, right? This is what it is through traction. See, the crop circle, the slant, the communication missing, right? And the communication interference channeling out. Very good. Excellent. See, it's all about understanding what you're doing through traction of the image to its position, right? That was fun. See, it's getting a lot more easier now, right? You guys are connecting to each other. You're stronger, I notice, together rather than separated. Separated is a lot harder because if you're in a room and you got centralized systems of 15 UFOs of information given to you, you have to understand what it is. It can be confusing. So it's all about understanding what is missed and what is connected to its division line system. Okay? Yeah, it's pretty powerful stuff. All right, so let's do another one. All right, you ready? Here we go. All right, so this is really tricky. What is it? What's going on? What's going on in this frame? What's going on with this picture? Yes, it is. Very good, Ellen. That's interesting concept. Yep, it is a W. Yep. If I change the direct line center, it is. It's a W. Very good. Ground swirls. No ground swirls. One line is shorter than the rest. Yep, very good. Yep, you're getting attention to detail now through structure line. That's good. Shark mouth. Bingo. Very good. Very good, Isabel. Excellent. Shark mouth with a W. Nice. So you're tracking your connections, okay, through letters. The alphabetical letter to connections to its base structure of a shark mouth. Excellent. Very good. With its W. That's amazing. How is it incredible how you guys come into this position? Yes, it is. It is an A. Yep. Amazing how you structure lines to the mind system of letters, numbers, and shapes and how it comes into form, eh? So this is how crop circles are set up. So you just have to understand what it is. Two-size graph systems. But that's really good. You guys are catching on really quickly. I'm impressed. What else is happening? Bent line. Yes, there's a bent line. Bird V. Yes, there's a bird V. So now you're connecting faster and faster now. So you got the W, you got the V, okay, you got the shark mouth. So it's all connecting. Now, how is it connected? Nope, it's not a triangle. Triangle is an attachment. There's no detachment. There's a detachment here, so that's not connected. So you're going through frame. You guys are connecting faster. Now just try to use it as a position of an image. Try to put it all together. Upside down V. Yeah. It's on an angle. But yeah, I'm helping you out. But you're pretty close. You're pretty close to getting what you want, which is really good. You just have to learn how to structure it before you send it out. Right? So what is holding this all together? Something very important is missing. An arrow going from left to right. Nope. No arrow. Up to down. No. So you're right on the right signal with the W, okay, with the V and everything through the shark of the mouth. Okay. So you guys are better together, which is really good. So we start off at that position, then you come to the singularity of yourself through population line system. But I'll turn it around, okay, and tell you exactly what you missed through location. Shark mouth, the V, the W, the short line, okay, and the point center. Point center is the most important. That's the most easiest thing. Everything centers line into its center line system. So instead of seeing it as a circle, you see it as a center location to its shark, to its W, to its V, and its bent line connection. Hoo-ah. Very good. It's a lot more fun now, isn't it? Getting a better understanding of how to structure things and put it all together, right? So now I'm going to do one more, okay? You guys are doing exceptionally well, which is really, really good. Okay, it's very simple what I'm going to do. You can't describe this shape in words. No, but you have to understand the letters, numbers, and shapes in words in communication. It's all about your structuring line system to crop circle location, right? Because this is a crop circle. It line signals rotation, comes into a V vector line center, right? See the V? See the V? All right. So it can come into a high level system of connections of a W to line system. To its location, right? Track its communication center line system to its location. So you have to truly understand how to do this through its equation. Like in line signal, as long as everything is in position location, you can do it in high level system to its line system, to its location line center. There it is. See? So it's true to understand how to put this all together. That's it. All right, so I'll do one more. All right, here we go. What is it? Very basic, very easy. That's exactly what it is, Hawk. Like building something but already done. Exactly. That's what you guys got to come. You got to come into your telepathy mind of the psychological of its system to understand that everything you do is already created, and that's why you have to go high level system. The other states how it goes into autopilot and does everything on its own through its creation. So square. Nope, it's not a square. See, if I tell you what it is, it's much easier to understand, right? So it's something easy, but it could be anything, right? Because the mind can wander. If the mind wanders, what is it wandering to? Higher levels of thoughts, shapes, letters, and numbers. Where is it in its equation? No, it's not a grid. Now, this is interesting. You guys are separated, but you're confused. Why is that? But when you're together, you're in a better formation of a line. So you have to come into your own compilations of line center of each other. Okay? So pretty close though, but no, off signal. Do you understand how powerful it is when you go through shape positions? Hawk got it. An L. See? L-shaped line. There you go. Hawk got it. See the connection now. You see the connection. Very simple, very easy. Right? So I'll do one more. Okay? All right? This is the last one. You're coming in your adaptations and you're coming in high formation, you're coming more at the mind. That's what I want from each other. But you guys are a strength rotation center to each other together. Right? So you have to work on your connections of separation. Horizontal line? Nope. Nope. See how hard it is? And then you second guess, and then you third guess, and then you fourth guess, and fifth guess. Nope, it's not a diamond. How is it you're able to do the structure lines a lot more harder than a lot more easier being separated? Right? Right? Because there's more force than two than one brain. Two is better than one. Right? Three is better than two. Four is better than three. Five is better than four. Right? That's how it works, the mind system. Triangle, no. Very basic, very easy, guys. Simplematic. It's just, nope, it's not a sex. Nope, it's not a dot. See how hard it is now? You guys are doing it separately. So you're not connecting to each other. You only connect to each other when you understand what you're doing, right? No, it's not an alpha. No. I'll tell you exactly what it is. Nope, it's not an 8. It's an S rotation line center to location. An S rotation line center to location. That's all it is. Okay? So you guys are learning faster and faster through the mind system, through adaptation. It's fantastic when you come across these things, right? So we're going to stop there. Okay, I'm going to head over to TikTok. Your platforms are good. Your activation lights are good. You have any more program settings or disposition line centers, let me know. I can put you back in location. If you need gifts, let me know. Anything that connections, you guys are doing extremely well. It's the mind system. right, to lock the Earth's graphite line conditions. Talk to you later. Adios.